Ever since its debut in 2022, the Kia Carens has been one of the best offerings of the premium MPV segment. Fast forward to 2025 and Kia has introduced the Carens Clavis. The goal is simple: keep the formula the same but add a touch of premiumness to it. So how much better is the Clavis? Let's find out. Towards the front, the Clavis gets some pretty major changes, the most noticeable of which is this front portion, which is entirely closed off. And it's very refreshing to see it in a day and age where grills are just getting bigger and bigger for no real purpose. The functional air vents are all lower down here, and it gives it a very modern look. You get fully redesigned daytime running lights, and the design is pretty striking. The side profile remains pretty much unchanged, and the overall proportions are pretty smart. The Clavis, however, gets redesigned 17-inch alloy wheels, which in my opinion look much nicer than the previous design. You now get Clavis badging towards the rear, this connected rear tail light, and the redesign towards the back gives the Carens a significantly wider stance. Boot space with all the 3 rows up stands at 216 litres, which is fairly usable, and you can of course flip the 3rd row down to open up a lot more room. Now we're in the interior of the Carens Clavis, and the overall ambience is immediately much nicer than the standard Carens. Let's start off with these seats, which are very well designed, supportive. Under-thigh support is particularly impressive, and you get the ventilated seats function, which in Indian weather is one of the best boons you can have. Then coming to this new steering wheel, which we saw on the Syros, it is a pretty nice unit, and these switches that are here feel very tactile and premium. The next thing that you notice on the interior is this redesigned touchscreen setup. So now you get two 10.25-inch screens housed into one unit, and it looks quite nice to me. These dials are super crisp and easy to read, and a very well done screen there. Coming to the infotainment system, it is a super responsive unit, very easy to read and move around on the map. Next up, what you see on this panel is something interesting. So as you know, it's always a battle between screens and switches. So what Kia have done to tackle that is this switchable panel. So on the setting that it is right now, it controls your media functions like your volume, your track. But when you click on this button here, the same panel and the same knobs switch to your aircon controls. So it's a very nice balance between having screens and the technology and also having these tactile controls for them. Coming to the materials and quality on offer, the Clavis does take things up a notch. The material of the leather used here is properly premium, and the steering wheel is one of the best units that I've held in this price segment. You also see this interesting fabric finish that's done on the dashboard, which does up the ambience. These plastics used lower down are not soft touch material, but they're not scratchy plastics for sure. And the overall feeling and the quality of the materials being put together is solid. Hopping into the back of the Carens Clavis now, this specific variant gets the captain chairs and is probably my favorite part of an MPV. The seats are super supportive, and as I said in the front, under-thigh support is the highlight here. It is a very well designed and comfortable seat. I totally wouldn't mind even 12-hour journeys sitting in a cabin like this. You get two USB-C type ports here in the back and this blower control for your aircon. In the second row of the Clavis, you also tend to appreciate the new addition, which is this panoramic sunroof. Now the Carens did have a sunroof, but it was a much smaller unit. This new panoramic sunroof makes the cabin feel so much airier than it already is. Now to get into the third row of the Carens Clavis, the easiest way for the 6-seater version is just to walk in through the middle. But for the sake of consumer journalism, assuming that you got the bench in the back here, we do it the hard way, or so you think. But the Clavis gets this one-touch tumble function, which opens up a pretty wide aperture. Now I'm 5'8" in height, and for me it's really comfortable to just walk in, get the back seat down and in position. And once I'm back here, I am greeted with a very comfortable space to be in. Coming to the space, it's definitely nice. I still have knee room remaining, You can adjust the second row seats to have a nice compromise, but I wouldn't even call it compromise. The Carens is one of the best 7-seaters in this price segment. You have aircon vents right above you, so that wouldn't be a problem. And another nice touch for 2025 is this USB C-type port, so you definitely won't feel neglected back in the third row. The Carens Clavis gets an extremely wide variety of engine and gearbox options to choose from. From the reviews that I've read, the naturally aspirated petrol is just adequate. The diesel is great for highway cruising, and the turbo petrol should be your pick if you want a properly punchy engine. The price of the Carens Clavis ranges from 11.5 to 21.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom India. My final verdict: the Carens Clavis is a thoroughly impressive premium MPV. It's got comfortable seating for 6 to 7, plush interiors. Being a Kia, it's packed to the gill with tech, and the pricing is competitive. So if you're looking for a new family hauler in the sub 30 lakh rupee range, the Carens Clavis should be one of your top picks. If you like this video, please don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon to never miss any of my new uploads.